This is Raw and Uncut, back with another episode. I apologize for the lighting. I'm upgrading little by little here. Got a few things in the works. Gonna make this look a lot better here real soon, but I'm just testing it out. So just kind of testing it out, getting the hang of this, you know what I mean? Doing these, this like a pilot right now. So we're gonna just do these episodes and get them out and upgrade little by little here. Kind of change things up a little bit, but not too much. Gonna keep the original setting for the most part. Like the dog's crying over there, but we're gonna do this with these motherfuckers crying in the background. We're gonna do this one. This is Raw and Uncut. This is episode 9. You've been following us. You've been following what we're doing here. Thank you. Been paying attention. I appreciate it. Appreciate those that are watching. If you ain't had a chance to watch, check an episode out. Tell me what you think. Give me your opinion. Whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. An opinion's opinion. It's a good thing. You never know. There's a lot that can come from a good opinion or a bad opinion. Just an opinion, period. But today, this is Raw and Uncut, and this is episode 9. What are we going to do with episode 9? I think it'd only be appropriate to do something regarding the Super Bowl in Las Vegas with the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff. What I want to talk about right now is this like on some real shit. To all the hardcore 49er fans that I've known for years, like Oscar, Vince, the homie over there, David Blanco. I mean, that's the David. I was gonna say my Facebook friend, man. I fuck up, but David, David knows who he is. All the hardcore Carlos Mendoza, he's a hardcore Niner fan. To all the real hardcore Niner fans, like, hey, if you wanted to go to the Super Bowl and you're not balling out balling out of control or just not risking your savings right now, then really you can't really go see your team in the Super Bowl. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's the Super Bowl. It's in the Raiders Stadium. There's just a whole lot of nostalgia to it. But see, the 49er fans are getting lost on the side of they just want to stick it to the Raiders. Fuck the Raiders. Fuck the Raiders. We're playing in it. Most of the fan base, I see that. They're sticking it to us, which is cool. It's football. Everybody talks trash. But my point is, we ain't tripping on whatever they're saying or they're doing. I see it, but it ain't bothering me. Because ultimately, when it comes to the Raiders and their rivals, their true rivals, with San Francisco and Oakland, it was basically just a geographical thing. Just because they're both in the Bay Area, we would play each other once every 4 years. Mainly, what really goes on is just a lot of shit talking between the fan bases all the time. Between us Raiders, and I got my Red Raiders hat on today because, hey, it's a whole lot of red in the Super Bowl. We got it too. You guys are playing in our house. When it comes down to it, I want the 49ers to win because to me, the Chiefs are a bigger rival to us than the 49ers. And what I mean by that is there's more history between us and the Chiefs than there is with the 49ers. They're in our division. We play them twice a year. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes on when you play teams twice a year. You know what I'm saying? And the 49ers, we play them once every 4 years. And it's to me, it's lackluster. Mainly, it's just a lot of shit talking going on between the fan bases because there's some men getting their egos and then just like to talk shit, right? We all do that from time to time. We've done it. Some of us don't do it anymore, but some of us still do. So I'm just picking my socks up. But like, can't have the Chiefs celebrating in our house. We cannot have the Chiefs celebrating in our motherfucking house. So the Niners got to go in there and they got to win. That's what my mind says. That's what my heart says. You know what my soul says? My soul says that big entertainment, the NFL, and big is going to show you what all that means and why that matters. Because I think, well, I feel that the NFL is rigging it up for the Kansas City Chiefs to win. You got the whole Taylor Swift thing going on with Travis Kelce. They've been pushing that heavy since, like 3 quarters of the year through or whatever it was, like late in the season, she started popping up and it's been a big old thing. And we played them twice. We seen her. We know the whole get down. Like we understand it more than anyone. So my thing is this: if it's not rigged, the San Francisco 49ers will win the Super Bowl tomorrow. If it's not rigged. If it is rigged, it's going to be the Chiefs. And what makes me even more curious when I come to this game, to watching it, I like to watch the trenches. I watch the 49ers and I watch the Kansas City Chiefs last 2 or 3 games, a little bit of tape, and they hold a lot. I mean, blatant holds, not textbook, like where you're like, hey, well, that's a block, yeah. No, they got their hands outside. They got them around. They're hugging them. They're clipping them, all kinds of stuff. And the Chiefs and the 49ers, and this is on some real stuff, not just talking trash, like go look at it. They get away with it more than any other teams in the NFL. So I'm curious to see which team tomorrow gets away with the holding on offense and which team doesn't. Because I'll guarantee you, whichever team is not getting called for the offensive holds, they're going to win the fucking game. The team that does get called for the holds, and people will be like, well, that's just football. No. But watch how timely these penalties are. You see, it's true. Holding, offensive holding, can literally be called on every offensive play because it happens. But they call what's obvious, they call what's blatant, they call supposedly what's in your face. But when you watch tape where they don't throw no flags, it's in your face. So this is what they tell you. There's always somebody holding somewhere if you watch tape on their team or whatever, or the opposite team. There's always somebody holding on offense. Always. That is very true. So then this is how I come to this destination with this comment I'm about to make right now. And I said this before. Think about it. It's a fact. If you watch tape of any game, any random game, you'll see there are offensive linemen holding on both offenses. Some get away with it, some don't. Some refs call it on certain teams, some don't. So when you see that, then it tells you, okay, so when they do throw the flag, what do they say? That there's literally holding on every play. And so then that tells me if they don't call it when it's sometimes blatant and you see it and they don't call it, and other times when it's barely a hold and they do call it and it's been worse before and they don't call it, it tells you that they decide when they want to call the holding because it's going on every play, right? So basically, when they throw the flag, that's when they're like, okay, we're going to call this one. We need to because we can't have the Raiders. It was 3rd and 5. We can't have them convert that. So bring them back and it'll be 3rd and 15. We're going to call the hold. It'll be 3rd and 15. And then, more than likely don't convert that 3rd and 15 instead of when you did convert the 3rd and 5 on a pass play or a run, a nice little run up the side, which happened to us a bunch of times this year, or a pass, and then they call it back with a hold, especially against KC. So I'm curious to see who gets the more holding calls on offense, if they're going to let them play, or if they're just going to be, ticky tacky, or what. But I have a feeling that there will be some wishy-washy plays here, like penalties. And I believe after this game, it'll be looked at more as a rigged Super Bowl than it was before the game was played. Just have that feeling. And so Brock Purdy, they've already named a little road for him out there, and I think it's Chandler or Gilbert. Brock Purdy way. It just came on the news the other day. Brock Purdy already got a street named after him over there, a little street. Hey, I'm not shitting on the guy. The guy deserves everything he's got. He's worked hard for it, but he's in a good system and he's got some good players around him. But at the same time, he's making the throws, right? He's back there doing it. So you can't cut the dude short. You cannot say, oh, he's nobody or whatever. But I just believe, with all that being said, that is being set up. It'll probably be the Niners getting the penalties on them for holding, and the Chiefs probably not going to have many called on them. And that's where I think you'll be seeing the rigging. People don't understand where it happens at. It happens when the ref decides to change the game. It happens when it's a big play, and they always go to the holding because there is holding on every down. So basically, that helps the ref out or whoever's throwing the flag because they know they could throw it whenever they want, and they'll show the replay. Somebody will be getting held. There'll be some holding going on. Think about that. That's just the way that I think. But I think that, yeah, I think it's just being set up to be rigged for the Chiefs, for Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, the star power there. You see Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes in the fucking State Farm commercials and the Pfizer commercials and all that stuff. I mean, think about it. And then Taylor Swift, they're all part of that mainstream umbrella, if you will. They're on that same wavelength as, the Drakes and the big time elite. Let's call them elite entertainers. Let's call them that. And I don't mean by their character. I just mean by the pedestal that people put them on. Because to me, none of them are elite. To me, they're just people like we are. But because they got the fortune and fame, that makes them a bigger person and a bigger reality. So some people are going to flock to that. And there's kudos to them, though. That's not a knock on them for making a good moves and following through with goals and stuff in life. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We should smash on our goals and we should always strive forward. But yeah, man, it's crazy because back to the tickets and stuff for the 49ers, right? The fans, there's a lot of fans saying they're just going to Vegas to go to the parties at the clubs and the different spots that 49er fans are going to be having parties at. They're going to be running into a lot of Raider fans. Tons of Raider fans. I thought of just going out there just to be part of it, but I don't really got that energy in me. I'm too old for that. There's going to be a lot of shit going on. We already know that. Everybody knows that. I think whether win or lose for the 49ers, there's going to be a lot of shit going on the strip with Raider fans and Chiefs fans and Raider fans. Think about it, bro. It's going to be popping. And there'll definitely be some crazy videos coming out, if there aren't already right now, of people getting beat up, knocked out, crazy things happening between fan bases out there. That's football, though, but people take that shit too. I'm a Raider fan, bro, but I ain't going to be fighting and duking it out with people. I'm more mature enough that I just look at football as for what it is. You know what I'm saying? For what it is. I don't look at it for like, oh, we got to do it. And then we don't do it, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. No, it's not like that. It's not like, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. No, what the? Smoking on some baby jokers. What are you guys smoking on out there? But I'm smoking on some baby jokers. It's like 27% THC or whatever the fuck. It's good stuff though. Baby jokers. But yeah, that's what I think when it comes to the Super Bowl. It's going to be interesting from the strip, from the clubs to the strip to the stadium. That whole thing. Somebody's baby daddy will be on Instagram tomorrow, beat the fuck up. Some chick will have her wig ripped off of her at a club somewhere tomorrow, I'm sure, on Instagram. We'll be seeing all these crazy videos if they're not posting them at this very moment already. So I'm just very curious about that get down, man, because there's a whole lot of money floating over there, a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of bullshit too, a whole lot of egos, a whole lot of energy, just bad, dark energy. Dark energy. Come on. Our stadium's called the Death Star. No one thought about why they wanted to play the Super Bowl there. Yeah, it's a new stadium, but why this year? The Death Star. Think about that. That in itself is just crazy, crazy stuff, right? But check it out. I really feel it's being rigged for the Swifties, the Kelseys, the Mahomes, Mahomes. The Mahomes. I wasn't saying that word now, was I? Sound like fucking Colonel Sanders trying to fucking slang some chicken. You want to catch a two-piece there, son? So it's like, hey, check it out. Las Vegas, Sin City, dark energy everywhere. So I'm just curious about that. What are you guys curious about that when it comes to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas between the Chiefs and the 49ers? Give me some feedback. Say something. I'm watching. And yeah, I think the score is going to be KC 27, San Francisco 14. But somehow, some way, this game ends up not being as rigged as I'm feeling it is. It'll be the Niners 21-17. If the Niners pull it out, I say Niners 21-17, but it's Chiefs all day 27-14. Yeah. I hate that. I hate to say that shit. Makes me fucking sick to say that shit. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. They're going with the big star power. They're going with the money. They're going. It's a political thing, bro. It's got a lot to do with politics. I'll just say that. That whole get down with Kelsey and Mahomes and Taylor Swift, a lot of it was a ploy to take a lot of the fucking energy and a lot of the eyes off of Mahomes' brother, who was in trouble for that shit over there. People don't talk about it, the sexual shit that he was in trouble for with that girl. I don't want to say too much about it, but if you know, you know. But look at it, how they brought Taylor Swift in and everybody forgot about that dude. Think about that shit. They brought Taylor Swift in and everybody's like not even tripping on his brother anymore. And his brother just started coming out now watching the playoffs with him. Just very, very, very convenient for everybody, right? For her to pop up. But anyways, this is a political move. That's all it is. The Chiefs win. It's a bigger, even bigger political move, and that's my raw and uncut on that. That's the way I feel about that. That's raw. That's uncut. That's right there. No additives, no preservatives, fresh off the damn chopping block. Hope you caught the drive-by at 5 earlier. Try to come in with more of those. Drive-bys at 5s. I'll be popping in real quick, probably about 3, 4, 5 minute video. And I'll be popping in with something new for the day at that time and at that moment and at that space and at that wavelength and at that energy. And so thank you for the ones that are watching. Got any questions? Got anything you want to ask? Just hit me up. Drop it in the comments. And I hope you have a good weekend and we'll see you before the Super Bowl and after the Super Bowl.